crafty friends, Christina here with you for a quick, I just wanted to do a little sneak peek of the upcoming catalog, mainly because I know with the announcement of Close to My Heart closing down June 30th, I know there's been a big surge in people purchasing items because they don't want to miss out. So I had kind of a concern, a feeling that some items might sell pretty quickly from this catalog, and I wanted to make sure that you kind of had a little bit of preparation, little heads up, sneak peek here. So this is the cover for it. This features one of our collections, new paper collections. And I am just going to show you a few things that I think are important to know. First, actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you the papers. I'm going to focus on the things that I think are likely to be of concern to sell out just because they're not something that are made in-house. All of our stamp images are made in-house in Utah, so those don't have any worry about being sold out. However, any that have the coordinating dies, those ones can and will likely sell out. So if you do like those with the dies, make sure you grab those. So let's go ahead and look at the paper collections. So the first paper collection you're going to see in the catalog is the Honey Bunny. And so I wanted you to just kind of see the papers up close and personal. It has these fun pastel colors. You've got this plaid. You've got this pretty like kind of paisley one here. This might be my favorite one. I love the little polka dots with our honey butter. You've got this floral, very pretty. You've got bunnies that are actually, you know, very specific. I mean, that is the name of the collection, Honey Bunny. But I know a lot of people get kind of worried about it being too theme specific. This is the only pattern you'll see that is very specific with the bunnies, but it does not necessarily need to be Easter. And then you've got the lovely butterflies. So that is the Honey Bunny paper collection. And so the second paper collection in there is the Let's Go Anywhere. And I love this one just because I love the deep, rich colors that are in it. And I always tend to gravitate toward those richer tones. And so you've got this fun pattern here, all with the travel and the suitcases. You've got this one with the passports. This one is a nice one I like because it's kind of got this subtle heart in there, and I love hearts, and so I love that with the little plain trail behind it. You've got this fun plaid, which I think would be amazing for masculine themed cards or scrapbook layouts. Another one, which I think would be awesome for your masculine ones, it's this nice blue, just dotted line pattern. And then finally, you've got like kind of this like map or grid paper. It's kind of subtle, so it'd be a nice background. It's not necessarily needed to be for specifically travel, but all fun papers there. So those are the two main collections that are coming out in this catalog. And now I wanted to kind of draw your attention to a couple of the things that I think will likely sell out. So this is the card making kit for the Honey Bunny. And if you notice, it has these standalone dies that make butterflies, which is what I think is going to make people really excited. So I have this card here that I just wanted to kind of show off. It's fun because it's got two different size butterflies. This is the smaller butterfly, and it has these fun little stitching marks in it, which just kind of elevate the look of it and just make it really fun. And again, the papers, the patterns here are from that same collection, that Honey Bunny. So this one here, I think, is one that will likely sell out just because it does have the dies. And then I have already seen a ton of artwork with this little cute Happy Snail Trails stamp set because it has the dies. So I think the stamp set will be fine, but if you want these coordinating dies, you should snatch this one up just because it will, it'll be limited because of those dies. And so once they sell out, then it's gone. Okay, this is my personal favorite. I'm going to talk about this one a little bit more. This one here, the decorative shapes thin cuts, these dies. When I saw this, I was so excited, and I think this is like the best deal in the catalog because I am always forever saying how I think dies are so expensive generally. But this is such a great deal. This is 18 different shapes in here, 18 different dies, and the price is only $25. You can see right here, proof that it's $24.95. Which I think is amazing. Not only is the price, I think, really worth it, but the fact that you get so many versatile images. So I actually wanted to just kind of show you them up close and personal. So I cut out all the shapes in different colors here. So you've got these fun little like frame ones with the stitching around it, a small one and a larger one. You've got some pennant flags here, 3 different sizes. And the fun thing about these ones that I really like is that the stitching is only on the ends here. So that gives you versatility to cut them shorter. If it, for your project, if you don't need it to be as big, and it's not obvious that you've trimmed them down because you don't lose any extra stitching. And so I think that's a big plus. And then this I think is amazing. This little tab, I love that it has the stitching. So it's perfect for cards and layouts. I really like that, and I know I'm gonna use that a lot. And then you've got the 2 flowers. You've got this little itty bitty flower, and then you've got this bigger flower. They both have the little stitching. You could color in the centers. You could just cut out some circles to go in the center to give it a little bit more dimension. So fun. And I like that this is a little bit different. The stitching isn't normal stitching. It's kind of like little dots. So it's almost like you were going to go ahead and thread through it because like you just took a needle and just did little dots rather than the actual stitch marks. So you've got the larger heart and then the smaller heart. Same deal with these circles where it's not the line stitching but the dotted stitching, and so you've got the smaller circle and the larger circle. And then you've got these little arrows. Same thing I was talking about before. I love the fact that the stitching is just on the tip of the arrow, so that way you can trim down the ends and no one's any wiser. You can customize that because you don't lose that stitching. And then I think these might be like the best ones. I love the shape of them. I think that you could do so many, put a bunch of these on and kind of like a pattern on a card or a layout. They could be great for like kind of some organic leaves because you've got the 3 different sizes, especially this little guy here would be great for a leaf. So I think these are ones that you would reach for over and over and over, and I truly believe that this is going to sell out. I cannot imagine that this is going to last really very long. So if you love dies like I love dies, I really encourage you to snatch this one up. So there's that one. And then we have some new stencils and coordinating embossing folders. And the fun thing is that they're kind of a smaller size. They're a 4x4 size, but they still have, if you're familiar with our embossing folders, they have this slit so that you can slide the paper through and keep embossing longer, bigger pieces that you need if it's not just a small piece. But I like that they have the coordinating stencil so that you can create some additional designs with it. So they have the dots, they have little flowers, and then you'll see that there is a striped one too. The striped one does not have the stencil, it just has the embossing folder. But I think these are also great deals. The stencils are only $1.95, and the embossing folder is $4.95. So great deals, I think, on those for sure. Okay, this one here that I'm going to talk about is already, we're still waiting on a second shipment, the consultant preview, where we got a little extra time to go ahead and get them to play with them, sold them out. So we do not have these in stock right now. There's supposed to come in any day in March now. But I did want to point them out just because they are really fun, and I think they're going to be snatched up again once they do come in stock. So you've got both the letters and the numbers. And the fun thing about these is that when you go ahead and cut them out, I wanted to show you here, it cuts out both the bold letter as well as the outline of the letter. And I lost the little insert for the A, but it does the little insert as well. So that way you could actually use just this solid one. You could use the outline that has the little insert, or you could combine them. Like I combined this one here. I just glued the outline onto some white, and this was the little insert piece here that I glued on there. Or I could have just taken, and since our cardstock is two-tone, I could have, let's see, get the darker one here. So I've got the darker shade in the bold, so it's just a little subtle. The outline is a little bit lighter color of the same one of our journey, the color of the year. I've got this in the true color, and then the outline is in the light side of it. So you've got a couple different ways that you can play around with it. But like I said, when you cut it out, both of those cut together, so you're getting like a 2-for-1 deal. So it's really kind of a fun die set, and I think it'll go really fast. So those are the things that I wanted to point out to you, just so that way you kind of had a heads up, and if you saw something that you liked, you could get it right away before it does sell out. If you do have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them, so feel free to reach out. And until next time, stay crafty.